Conflicting accounts of what happened continue to emerge in the deadly ICE shooting of Lorenzo Salgado.
Yeah, Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia visited two of the three men being detained by ICE. They were riding with Salgado and are witnesses to the shooting. Anieli Ruiz is live from the area tonight. Anieli?
Well, ICE says the Lorenzo Salgado rammed an officer's vehicle and then also attempted to run over an officer. But Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia, she said she spoke to two of the men that were detained, and she says they have a different version of this story. It's been nearly a week since Lorenzo Salgado was shot and killed. Witnesses and video continue to emerge.
I thought it was the firecracker. That's where the dogs were all nervous and barking and barking.
But those key to the case are the three men detained when Lorenzo was shot and killed, and the ICE agents. Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia said she spoke to two of the men detained over the weekend separately and says their accounts directly contradict ICE's version of the events.
No time was any officer in front of the van.
Matter of fact, the detained men say the ICE agents came up to them with their guns drawn.
Approached it from the passenger side, guns ready. They got no warning. The officers did not identify themselves. They were given no commands. They were not instructed in any way or given them the rights.
Garcia also says the witnesses told Lorenzo was still seated inside the van when he was shot.
And took that fatal shot. Mr. Salgado was still in his seatbelt. He was the driver, and he somehow managed to take off the seatbelt and get out of the van.
Today, Sean Tier said he is conducting a parallel investigation just like they do in every officer-involved shooting. Only problem is, he's not been able to find out anything about the agents involved.
We're almost a week in, and no one on the state level knows who they were or where they are right now. That's unacceptable, and it's something that doesn't happen.
And the DA has opened a tip line. He says he's already received about 100 communications from the public. As Salgado's family prepares for this funeral, elected officials continue calling for an independent investigation into the shooting. Well, the police chief, Noe Diaz, is set to meet with the FBI here in Houston. We are told the FBI in Houston does have some key evidence, like the van that was involved. We're hoping to be able to speak to the chief after this meeting and gather more information. Reporting live, Anieli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.